Welcome to DIY Science,
the show where we do fun science activities that you can do yourself at home. Have you ever wondered why a rock sinks but a boat floats in water? It's because of something called density. Today's activity will be exploring the densities of various liquids and seeing what happens. So let's just jump into it. So for today's experiment, we'll be needing honey, corn syrup, maple syrup, dish soap, water with a little bit of food coloring, vegetable oil, and rubbing alcohol that we're also going to add a little bit of food coloring to make it a little funky. And we're going to put all of these ingredients together in a glass jar like this. And we want it to be glass so you can see what's going on inside. So leave in the comments below what your hypothesis is. What do you think is going to happen when we mix all the materials together? So now that we have our tower, we can see that all the liquids that we added didn't mix together. This is because they all have different densities. So now Zareen is going to take it away and explain exactly what density is.
Density is basically how much stuff you have in a particular volume. It is the relationship between mass and volume. Remember our very important density equation, where it equals to mass divided by volume. What is mass? The mass of an object describes how heavy or light it is. A feather is much lighter than a rock. What is volume? Volume describes how much space an object covers. Based on the density equation, if the mass of something goes up and the volume stays the same, the density of the equation goes up. If the mass decreases and volume still remains the same, the density decreases. A pebble is much denser than a paper boat. Hence, at the beginning, you saw how the pebble sunk and the paper boat floated. Similarly, rubbing alcohol is less dense than honey. Hence, we have rubbing alcohol at the top of our density tower and honey completely at the bottom. So, pour it carefully if you have a range of liquids of different densities, and if you pour them carefully from heaviest to light, the lighter liquids can float on top of each other, and you can make your very own density tower.
Thanks for tuning into DIY Science. As you can see, things got a bit messy, so make sure you do this experiment with a parent close by.
Next week, we'll be looking at a fun and simple way to do the elephant's toothpaste experiment at home. Till then, science on!